Welcome everybody to Games Cast by PanderNyrl. If you wish to see more commented games, please follow my YouTube and Twitch pages below. Alrighty, on the blue team we see a Lee Sin. I'm guessing a support Lee Sin again, with Ezreal down bottom, Elise in the jungle, Kha'Zix up top, and Zyra in the middle. Cho'Gath jungle for the red team, Pantheon up top, Draven Lux bottom lane, and a Vladimir mid. Or it could be possibly a Pantheon mid and Vladimir top. But I'm really liking these Lee Sin supports. They've done a very good job of just keeping the enemy team down and applying that massive slow onto everyone. Looks like the red team is just going to hang out in the base, not really wanting to do anything. Looks like Zyra does get a little harassed, but nothing really traded, as Cho'Gath will be starting at his blue buff. And that could be a Kha'Zix support, though I don't think that's very good support, as Lee Sin is infinitely better. Looks like Lux is going to walk into this trap and take a lot of damage, but the light binding will do just enough. Lux does get taken down by the Kha'Zix, and it looks like Draven is forced to flash away, with the blue team taking a nice first blood. I really don't like how the red team just all stood at their tower and waited. They should have at least been kind of watching the blue buff area, ready to jump away should anything really happen. Looks like there is another fight at red buff, as Elise does get the steal onto the red buff, and Cho'Gath is taken out by this Elise. Vladimir will try and pick up a kill on the backside, but he does not have the damage for it and will get taken down. There's a double kill by Elise. Pantheon throwing a spear and finishing off Lee Sin. Looks like Pantheon is going to try and fight this Elise, but he does not have a shot against this level 2 Elise. He might just force, yes, he is forced to flash away, and this will be a tower dive. Pantheon does throw a spear and will get the counter kill, making that 1-for-1. And overall, a 4-2 advantage for the blue team. A very good set of fights for them. And they have a massive, massive lead at this point in time. Ezreal is 2v1ing bottom, as they run a double mid, interestingly enough. That was certainly an interesting choice to run the Kha'Zix mid and a Zyra Ezreal bottom lane. I'm not sure how well it works out, but apparently it works out pretty well when you give Kha'Zix a level 1 blue and a kill. So Elise should have a great time in the middle. She is going for a Triforce build. And Lux gets absolutely harassed down here in this bottom lane. Draven is harassed as well, and they will be forced to back pretty soon, as I don't think Lux has the health to keep chugging potions. Though Ezreal does get chunked down pretty hard by Draven. The Ignite will almost finish Draven off that heal at the last second, but the minions! Good job, minions, finishing off that kill. Cho'Gath is picked off up top in the jungle, and this Cho'Gath is not going to have an impact on this game like Cho'Gaths usually do. He got killed at level 1. He got killed again at level 2. There's going to be a 3-man gank down middle, Elise with the stun and a huge jump in on bot. Lee Sin means this is looking very bad for the red team, as that Kha'Zix mid has done a good job. And they just had a much better level 1 fight, and that's pretty much been the deciding factor of this game so far. In fact, they picked off 4 kills level 1, with several of them going to Kha'Zix and Elise, who really need those early kills and levels. And it's actually interesting to have a Kha'Zix versus Pantheon middle lane, unless that Lee Sin decides to go back mid, but Kha'Zix versus Pantheon should be an easy win for Kha'Zix, as he does have the tools to fight Pantheon rather nicely. So Kha'Zix has got up top to fight Vladimir, and he does put a lot of damage. Vladimir at least comes down bottom and gets some major damage on a Draven. Draven will be going down here, and Lux does not get the counter kill. Elise is doing extremely well, sitting at 4-1-2. Looks like Kha'Zix is going to hold this top lane as Lee Sin goes mid to fight Pantheon. Elise will get this kill on the Lux, except Lux flashes away at the very last second. Lee Sin absolutely wrecks Pantheon in the middle lane, And it's an interesting choice to actually go with the Pantheon. So the Pantheon will be taken out here by the Ignite. Kha'zix up top will be beating on this Vladimir. Will Vladimir get away is the question. It looks like Pantheon did actually get away. That stun just getting him just out of Lee Sin range, but Lee Sin is keeping this Cho'Gath back and not even allowing him to CS. Draven down bottom is getting a bit of farm. And every time Cho'Gath tries to go fight, Lee Sin just hits him with that cripple and making it so he can't do a whole lot. And this is another dive mid with Elise picking up her 5th kill of the game, almost averaging a kill a minute at this point. It is absolutely ridiculous how much damage Elise does when she does get ahead. Pantheon is trying to CS at his tower, but he's getting absolutely harassed out of lane. I don't think he could even stay here and fight for them much longer. Draven recognizing, there is going to be a Pantheon getting killed down middle by this Zyra. Will he get the counter? Will Pantheon get the counter kill? Yes, and Pantheon just gets killed by the Zyra passive, almost living. Draven is going to tower dive here and pick up the kill onto Ezreal, and he flashes away. Draven being the real hope for this red team, as none of the other lanes are doing a whole lot at this point. Even Vladimir is getting almost zoned out by this Kha'Zix, as Kha'Zix can literally just jump on him, apply his passive, and take him down rather easily. And there's not a whole lot that Vladimir can do. Especially since Vladimir does need to stay with the creeps. He can't be caught out like he did right there. So Cass gets to apply the really powerful, I guess you call it evolution ability on his Q. Looks like Lee Sin and Elise will take down this tower at the 7:45 mark. Lee Sin just jumping here on Pantheon, doing a whole lot of damage. Zyra down bottom is getting really low, but will not die as her plant slow is just too strong for Draven. Draven will get counter killed here, but the ultimate from Draven will not pick up that kill. And it looks like Ezreal will be forced to back away. And the shield from Lux coming in just in time. Not sure what Draven's trying to do unless he's just trying to get the kill on Ezreal. The shield will be enough to save him from the Ignite. Lux doing exactly enough. The ultimate from Lux finishes off that Zyra. Though Zyra does get the kill on Draven. They can have 2-for-1 exchange. And this Draven's doing pretty well. He is ahead of Ezreal. Ezreal is not doing a whole lot this game. Cho'Gath is pounding on this Lee Sin. And Lee Sin should go down here as Pantheon just jumps on top of him. Though the Lee Sin ultimate doing a lot of damage. And a nice use of the binding by Lux. Lee Sin will go down here. Looks like Pantheon will go down as well. Except the fact he does flash over the wall. But Elise can just chase her away. Elise is not going to tower dive this. I thought she might, as she has done a really good job, though an interesting build, going for the Malady and Hextech Revolver. I have not seen that build out in ever, as it's just not something you typically go. She is going to put some good damage on this Draven. And Kha'Zix is going to jump up here on Vladimir. Vladimir will be forced to pull. Kha'Zix will just completely crush him. There is nothing Vladimir can do. He has just been counterpicked. And yeah, you can't be counterpicked that hard. Let's see, is Vladimir even running armor runes? Yes, but not enough armor to save himself from the massive, massive damage Kha'Zix puts out. Looks like Elise has... It looks like Ezreal does pick off that kill on Draven down bottom after Zyra puts her nice web of plants down. Right now we do see them pushing, and they will try and go get this tower. Right now it looks like Cho'Gath has just missed his race being taken. Lee Sin will come on here on Pantheon, and Lee Sin should absolutely crush Pantheon in a fight. Cho'Gath will be trying to get the red buff, though Kha'Zix is coming in, and Kha'Zix should have a fairly easy time with this. Though Cho'Gath's actually doing a good bit of damage, and the feast really hurting Cho'Gath, or really hurting Kha'Zix, excuse me. But Kha'Zix does get traded down, and that is not a good trade, as there's a lot of gold being exchanged considering Kha'Zix is on a major killing spree. Zyra does come in here as Elise, or excuse me, as Lux gets picked off. Except she does flash over the wall and Elise does grab that kill. Pantheon is trying to do what he can in this middle lane, but he just can't get a whole lot done, as there have constantly been 2 or 3 people in this lane. And this will be another tower by the blue team. 2 towers, 17 kills in 11 minutes. It has been an absolutely action-packed game here. As we see Draven trying to fight against this Ezreal, and there's just nothing the red team can do at this point. They are just so far behind. They were well behind from the word go. Kha'Zix is trying to get onto this Vladimir. Vladimir has to pull it, even the thought of Kha'Zix jumping on it. And even 2v1, Elise is not scared in that middle lane. She could easily win a fight or escape from a fight, because this Pantheon is very far behind. Looks like Draven might be coming up to the middle and trying to gank this Elise. Will Lux get a light binding on it? No, she's just out of range of the slow. But Pantheon will land a jump. There is a rupture that misses. Will Lux get in range for that light binding? No. She could have tried to throw it over the wall, but I guess she just doesn't have the range. Looks like Draven's going to come here and fight this Ezreal. Ezreal and Draven fighting about, but Draven has the advantage 1v1 and the shield saving the last tick of the ignite. Vladimir will be killed up again here as Kha'Zix just has his number. Looks like Pantheon is coming in and will jump in here. He should be able to get this kill fairly easily, though he does take a fair bit of damage. Draven is fighting the support here and will get the kill onto Zyra. Zyra should be able to... No, Zyra does not get the counter kill. Elise does get in range of Draven and will pick Draven off. Though Lux doing a decent job of holding Elise back, but here comes Elise for the easy kill on Lux. The score is 20-12. A 6,000 gold lead. Cho'Gath is forced to flash over the wall there. Lee Sin is still continuing to fight as Lee Sin is just so far ahead of Cho'Gath at this point. The rupture does land and Lee Sin will be forced back, as diving a tower at this point is rather crazy. Vladimir is here, but Vladimir is very far behind. I can't stress how many varies there is there. He doesn't even have a Haunting Guise at the 13.5-minute mark. He is effectively useless unless this game goes on for long enough. Draven is going to get this kill on Elise. Elise is trying to get away, but Draven will get that nice shutdown, picking up a large chunk of gold for himself. But I don't think it's going to matter at this point. Every single person on the blue team is farming better than the red team at this point in time. Vladimir has just now completed his Haunting Guise. Lux has completed 2 gold per 10 items. Draven is going to come in here and try and fight this Ezreal. And it should be a win for Draven, but Lux shield missing. Lux's shield had hit. This would have been an easy fight. And Lux misses the ultimate as well. And that's why Lux isn't picked that often. Their skill shots are fairly difficult to hit. Vladimir gets absolutely crunched up top yet again. And Lux is trying to teleport back, but will not get away, as Lee Sin is coming in here to try and finish this off. He does land a kick, but Elise is here to steal yet another kill. Good job, Elise. Sitting at 10-2-4. Going for the Haunting Guise. Hex Tech Revolver. Malady. Looks like she's going for a Gunblade next. I think she's just kind of joking around a bit on her build, as she is so ridiculously far ahead at this point. Pantheon tries to get on this Ezreal, but will not be able to get in range, except he does have his flash up. He will pay the price for it, as Elise and Lee Sin should easily be able to grab that kill. Pantheon is sitting at 7-5-0, picking up the BF Sword, Brutalizer, and some lifesteal. But that is not going to be enough at this point in time, as people like Kha'Zix are 8-2 with 131 CS, doubling up any combination of 2 players from the red team. That is absolutely ridiculous amount of CS considering all the kills he's been involved in, and he has just completed a Last Whisper in addition to his rather early Bloodthirster. He is going to absolutely crush any fight he gets into. Ezreal has almost completed his Trinity Force, just needing the Zeal and Combined costs. Lee Sin, not sure what he's going at this point, likely going to go for a Bloodthirster, I would guess. He does have a fair bit of gold on him. Yeah, sitting at over 3,000 gold at this point. Elise almost getting caught out. But the little spider minions do save it, and Cho'Gath does get low. Pantheon does finish off that kill on Elise and the kill on Lee Sin, as he gets that big crit from his second passive. Looks like Kha'Zix is going to go jump on this Vladimir, and Vladimir should go down again. This Vladimir is 0-6-3 with 75 CS and just has no chance versus Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix is a great counter pick for any ranged APs. That's what I see a lot of times in the mid or top lane, as it completely crunches anyone like Vladimir or any other APs that he can just kind of jump in and isolate. Right now we do see Draven having completed his Bloodthirster, same thing with Pantheon. Cho'Gath almost completing the Aegis of the Legion with double gold items. Looks like Vladimir has finally picked up a Chain Vest. Lee Sin has completed that Bloodthirster and Pickaxe. Looks like Ezreal will get a nice fight down here, but Pantheon should come in here, and will Pantheon be in here in time to save the day? He just might, but Zyra does pick off Draven, as Pantheon does come in and do a whole lot of damage, with Lux stealing one of those kills, and it should be a rather easy kill on Zyra. Pantheon having a good game, but the blue team is so strong, decided to go pick up Baron while all this is going on. And Baron at the 17-minute mark, almost 18 minutes. Looks like Vladimir does come in here, and he gets pretty much instantly killed off. That Vladimir is not having a good time this game, as he just has had no hope of really doing anything. Kha'Zix is even tower diving this late. And will he go down here? He might. No, the minions are just not enough damage, as he's forced to flash. But trading a flash right there is not that bad a deal. The score is 27-18 with an 11,000 gold at the 18.5-minute mark. This Kha'Zix and Elise have been absolutely dominating this game. And Elise picking up 3 kills at level 1 has really done a great job. Looks like Pantheon will get this kill on Lee Sin, but Lee Sin does sacrifice himself to save Elise, so it was not a terrible trade. Elise will get picked off down here, assuming she stays for any more time, but Zyra does save Pantheon, or save Elise, excuse me. And Pantheon gets shut down, and Ezreal does kind of finish everything off. But Vladimir finally gets his kill, but Kha'Zix gets another one up top, diving the inhibitor turrets. And this Kha'Zix is completely unstoppable at this point in time. I don't see any way they can kill him. 11-2-0 with 181 CS. That is something crazy. It looks like Kha'Zix just jumps over the wall, and we'll get another kill on Vladimir, whose kill spree was freshly renewed a moment ago. And Kha'Zix even getting a nice taunt out there. This Kha'Zix is absolutely ridiculous, and I know I'm gushing a bit on him, but it's just been so incredibly impressive to note, because he knows exactly how much damage he does every single time he jumps on there, and he has killed Vladimir every single time Vladimir has stepped in the lane. Vladimir is sitting at 88 CS, and there is just no real hope of the red team coming back. I know I'm supposed to be positive, but there's no being positive about this game. And it looks like Draven's going to be picked off almost, except Kha'Zix is a little too greedy and will be taken down, though Lee Sin does finish off that kill. And it is a 2-for-2 at this point in time. And now a 3 for 2 in favor of the red team. And that was just some very greedy diving at this point. Looks like Zyra and Ezreal will finish this off rather nicely. Ezreal is out of mana, so he cannot pursue. But he should be able to take down this inhibitor tower at the very least. Or maybe not, as they just kind of back off. Ezreal is going to go for this blue buff. Not a bad idea stealing that away, as Pantheon or Cho'Gath could really use that to stay in these fights. We do see... Let's see here. Draven has finished his Zeal. Pantheon has almost finished his Last Whisper. Cho'Gath is going for that Randall and Zillman. Lux has finished off the Shirley's Reverie. And Ezreal will almost be caught here. But the nice ultimate from Zyra did finish off Draven. And they will get Lux as well. But here comes Pantheon, who might be able to get a kill. But the damage from those plants is just a little too strong. And a triple kill by the support Zyra. Doing a great job of showing what support should be doing. And that is kill stealing from their AD carries. Ezreal has completed his Trinity Force, at least with the Gunblade. Vladimir is coming in here trying to fight. But the power of Elise is just Zyra is just way too strong, as that slow keeps Vladimir from even fighting at this point. And the support is killing your top lane. You know you have problems. Though Vladimir does get the kill on Zyra at the very last moment. Looks like Ezreal will just be trying to chase down this Cho'Gath. And Draven picks up the kill with his ultimate. But the score is 38-25 with a 16,000 gold lead at this point. Elise might get picked off up here up top, as she did go in without support of her team. Will Draven be able to get this kill? Elise is pretty fast. Yes. Elise does dodge that blade, but just right into Pantheon, and Pantheon does grab that kill. Looks like Kha'Zix is fighting this Cho'Gath down bottom. And Cho'Gath is not even really trying to fight back, as he knows he is dead, and they are just kind of joking around. While that was going on, the inhibitor tower in middle lane was taken down. Draven will try and push this top wave out. Looks like Cho'Gath is going for the Guardian Angel. And finally Kha'Zix is the kill after that little bit of fun taunting around. It is a 15,000 gold lead at this point in time for the blue team. And the Zyra support is ahead of your top laner. That is pretty ridiculous. Looks like Lee Sin will come over here and get the kill onto Vladimir, but Vladimir will put some damage on Ezreal first. At this point, I'm not sure what Ezreal can do. The Zyra is sitting at 9, 5, and 8, picking up the Rylai's Crystal Scepter. Abyssal Scepter, along with triple gold items. Kha'Zix has completed his Trinity Force and working on that Guardian Angel after getting the Bloodthirster and Last Whisper. Pantheon has completed his Last Whisper, addition to Brutalizer and Bloodthirster. Vladimir is going for the... I'm not sure what he's doing with the armor. It looks like the casual Chain Vest and Abyssal Scepter and Haunting Guides. Looks like Lee Sin's going to jump in here in this big fight. Will he get a nice kickoff? No, he will go down before getting that kickoff. But Pantheon will pay for it with his life. Ezreal ultimate goes away, hitting no one. A nice ultimate by Lux, hitting a few people. And it looks like Draven will come in here and clean house. And it looks like the blue team's doing a little bit of trolling at this point, as Kha'Zix just needs to enter these fights, and it will be an easy win. But they did get the inhibitor after that. Baron is up if the red team wants it, but I think they're going to go get this tower first. But here comes Kha'Zix, and Kha'Zix should easily pick up both of these kills. Being a 3-for-1. Looks like Vladimir did get a nice hit on Ezreal, finish that off, but Kha'Zix kills Cho'Gath. Kha'Zix will get another jump, and Kha'Zix will get a triple kill. And a quadra kill. Will Pantheon give him the penta? No, I don't think Pantheon's going to give him the penta, as he can get the kill, shutting Kha'Zix down after 4 kills, and that 2 for 4 fight, only losing 1. And Lee Sin will come here and finish Pantheon off, and likely the game at this point, as I really don't see any way the red team can defend it, assuming they even want to defend their Nexus at this point in time. Looks like instead of trying to go in the game, Lee Sin and Elise will go fight this Baron. Should be a rather easy fight for them, as the massive damage from the little minions and Elise's plants will make quick work of Baron. Looks like everyone from the blue team did grab Baron right there, and they should just push up the middle at this point. There is no reason not to. They are so ridiculously far ahead, it hurts. They're up 20,000 gold at this point in time, and I'm not sure what they can do more besides just kind of farm out the last few items. Elise is going to jump here on Draven. Draven is forced to flash out at the last second, and Elise will dive in, but Draven will go down thanks to the nice, I guess, red buff, as that looks to be the only real way that a kill could have been gotten at that point. And yeah, blue team decided they're fighting 3-on-5 at the Nexus towers and winning that fight. Ezreal will likely go down to Vladimir here, as Lee Sin gets taken down by the tower. Elise does get that kill onto Vladimir, and it is now Kha'Zix time to just run in here and clean up everything, as he is so far ahead at this point I don't think it matters. This Kha'Zix is ridiculous, and so is this Elise, sitting at 14-7-6 on the Elise, 19-4-3 on Kha'Zix, and Kha'Zix has 256 minions to go along with that. Kha'Zix is fountain diving and gets fairly low. Will Draven have damage to finish it off? No, as the base tower does force them back. Cho'Gath has completed his Frozen Heart. Draven has completed his Phantom Dancer. Vladimir has completed the Abyssal Scepter. Nothing else to note, except Lee Sin has completed that Guardian Angel. And it looks like Vladimir will go down yet again to this Kha'Zix, though he does get a kill on Elise. And that should be good game, assuming they actually want to hit this Nexus, and yes they do. The blue team just completely snowballed that after an amazing level 1 fight of picking off 4 people in exchange for only 2. That was a great way to start level 1. Though I really don't like how the red team fought that level 1 fight. That's pretty much what decided the game at this point. And I don't need to talk about items, as you can see them on the screen, but you can see that Kha'Zix gold, 17,000 gold. That is absolutely ridiculous, especially compared to only one person at 10,000 gold on the other team. He had as much as almost 2 players from the red team. That is absolutely ridiculous. Thank you for watching Games Cast by PanderNyrl. If you wish to see more, follow my YouTube and Twitch pages below.